Kyle from Cruiser Customizing here with Steve from Sullivan's. Steve has been in the helmet industry for many years. So what have you done in the helmet industry, Steve?
Well, I'm now with Sullivan's, but I started off with HJC about 10 years ago, and I was the product development coordinator for these guys for those 10 years. Learned a lot there, definitely.
Perfect. When people are looking at a full face helmet, what are the key features that they need to look for when purchasing a helmet?
Well, it's funny, in all the surveys that I've ever seen, the first thing they always mention is the graphics. Obviously, they want to look cool, but most importantly is always, hands down, has got to be the fit. If the helmet doesn't fit right, it doesn't matter what standards they pass. If the helmet's too big and it's tumbling beside you on the freeway as you're tumbling with it, it's pretty useless. So fit is number one for sure. The first thing, if they can, most shops are going to have a flexible tape measure there. And you get started with that just to get a measurement of the circumference of the head. Actual measurement of the head with a flexible tape measure like this. Basically, like I mentioned, you go just above the brow, about an inch. Come right around, and then the same thing about an inch over the ear. And that is giving me about 21 and a half to 21 and 3/4. So there's our starting point. Guide. It's got the guide right here, and we're looking at 21 and a half. And that's going to put you at, and a quarter and a half, right at the extra small range.
All right, well here's an extra small helmet, which I'm going to go ahead and try on. And then if you could show me what I need to look for as far as the fitment when it's on, that'd be great.
The first step that was important too is you grabbed it by the chin straps and pulled it down. That's always really helpful if you don't scratch your cheeks and whatnot. So that was good. Now right now for checking for the fitment, you can even do it for yourself. The main thing you want to do is you grab it by the chin bar. Obviously this applies only for the full face. And just try moving it up and down and then side to side. Do you feel it sliding on your scalp and your forehead, or do you feel actually moving?
My skin's moving, but it's not, the helmet itself isn't sliding.
Yeah, and that tells me right now you got just about a perfect fit. If it was sliding on your forehead and it was just moving around, then you know automatically you got to go at least a size down smaller.
Super.
And dangerous in a crash for sure.
Now it is really snug on the sides, a little bit on the forehead. That's normal, right?
Yeah, it's definitely normal, especially if you're trying it out. You know, you got brand new foam, so everything's a lot stiffer, and that's going to give even the EPS, which is the hard expanded polystyrene that's between the outer shell and the comfort padding. Even that will start giving and shaping to the head, so the helmet will actually get more comfortable over time.
Well, I'm an advocate of full face helmets, and all of us here at Cruiser Customizing usually wear full face. These two style helmets right here are our #1 top sellers. So, as far as fitment goes, on the shorty and the 3/4, is it any different than the full face?
The same applies, other than obviously you're not going to be able to, there's no need to gauge how it fits on your cheeks, but the same deal applies. I'll do it with this one. I'm not sure, I think this is a medium or large, so it should work well. That's a large, should work well on me. But you get it on, you get it down nice and firm on you. So obviously you have no chin bar to grab, so you just do it by the sides without pressing in, and you do that same motion to see if it slides. This being a large, it's sliding on me a bit, so I should definitely go down to a medium for this one. But the exact same thing applies. You go front and back to see if it moves your brow and your scalp. If it slides, it's too big.
Okay, very good. Well, listen, here's a medium. Let's see.
The medium, we should be able to see the difference. Again, make sure it's nice and down firm on your head. And now in this one, I don't know if you can see, but it's definitely moving my brow.
Definitely much less movement than the shorty.
Yeah, definitely. And one other thing to note too is you can go the opposite end too and have a helmet, get it on your head and it's way too tight. It'll stay in place in the event of a crash, but after half an hour, or whatever riding, you want to rip that thing off and throw it off your head because it'll actually get painful after a while. If you feel any pressure point when you're just trying it on, it'll be worse in 15 minutes guaranteed. So you got to find that nice balance.
Perfect. Excellent. Thank you.